Dreamcatcher is a group that, since I discovered K-pop almost 3 years ago, I've always heard good things about here in Brazil. People often comment that they are great singers. It's a group that I ended up watching 2 or 3 of their music videos, and I'd really like to get to know the group better, especially in their live performances. And today I'm bringing them here for you. They will perform the song Vision, which talks about resistance, hope, despite difficulties, about continuing to move forward. They use the desert imagery, so to show a really bad situation, almost hopeless, but that we must keep fighting despite it. This reaction was supposed to be posted weeks ago, but I apologize because I went through some personal issues, so the last 4 weeks have been quite difficult. I only managed to post 1 video per week on the channel, and it ended up being about XG since they performed at Coachella and came to Brazil, and I ended up commenting more about that. So now I intended to return to the channel's normal rhythm. So I'm coming back here with Dreamcatcher's reaction. There was a special request from a subscriber who made a support for the channel. I'm very grateful. So he gave me some suggestions, and among them is this song, but I plan to react to others too. Let's see here how Dreamcatcher delivers this song to us.
Gather round, 정해진 위치로 심장을 울린 심장이 떨린 누구도 절대로 뚫지 못해 꿈의 미래.
So, that first girl has a voice with a lot of metallic quality, a predominance in the vocal resonance area, or resonance. The singer can direct each more towards the mouth, nose, forehead, or a complete projection, even above, behind. So you can have a sound more or less directed to these areas of our face. And that first girl focuses on a more vocal area, a timbre with more metallic quality, with plenty of harmonics, a bit more brightness. The second girl, I could identify because she's using a voice distortion to bring this reverberation characteristic. And the third girl has a dark timbre, slightly more lifted, more towards the forehead area. Compared to the first girl, it's a slightly darker voice. A beautiful voice with a very Asian characteristic, even of a voice that's usually projected in this middle region of the nose. Generally speaking, all Asian voices are executed with this nasal predominance, but you can emphasize other areas too, as I mentioned.
누구도 절대로 뚫지 못해 꿈의 미래. Not for me. 사막보다 메마른 이곳에 채워질 수 없는 갈증 갈라진 땅 위. Not for me. 사막보다 메마른 이곳에 채워질 수 없는 갈증 갈라진.
Two voices also, the two in the center, the blonde and this one with straight black hair. The first has a slightly more Western voice, with a voice that she has in reality not a specific predominance, but very projected across the entire facial mask. And the second, at least here, sang a higher melody, so her voice came out a bit more yawn-like, where she opened up the inner cavity more, the pharynx, the soft palate, the tongue itself. She brings that yawning characteristic and projects the voice upwards, so she gets projection and easy in that high note.
Not for me. 사막보다 메마른 이곳에 채워질 수 없는 갈증 갈라진 땅 위 틈에 발을 세우고 맞서 싸워 견딜 수 없어 더는 숨을 수 없어 Let's go! 발이 받쳐 전주 relay 저기 가득한 길 위로 우리 모두에게 살려
Generally speaking, they all have a voice that's more yawny-like, placed in this resonance, which is a widely used technique in classical music precisely because you need strong vocal projection, great internal opening so your sound becomes very audible, so a lot of sound reverberates outward, and you can be heard from afar, without microphones obviously. And here they show some of that technique, which indicates they have a vocal technical level that's above average. Everything is very well tuned, and the diaphragmatic support is also very well done. And she is the one who has this voice the most, with more body, more yawny-like, which isn't the natural characteristic of her voice. The natural characteristic of her voice is that vocal nasality. But it's not, but she uses technique to gain this projection. These two, at the end, this one I think has blonde or white hair, and this pink-haired one, you can clearly see the contrast with the one I said has the most projected voice. So she has a lower voice with a predominance in the vocal, well-toned, more metallic, more brightness, even a bit of briefiness. So although it's the same melodic phrase they are delivering, you notice that with each one singing, you get a sound variety that brings a bit more of... doesn't let the song become monotonous exactly. By the way, a melody that, at least here, in the arrangement that the It's Life band is doing, with heavy rock, tense rock, well, which fits quite well with the song's theme that is about overcoming, going through the difficulties, but to try to conquer them and move forward. And the melody also brings much of these characteristics due to these big jumps to the high notes, right? Like someone getting out of that situation and freeing themselves from it.
Yeah. Turning up a page, turning up a page, turning up a page. 조금씩 좁혀가 유력한 수동자. 남겨진 big time, big pain. Gray 찾아라 귀찮게 play swiftly.
She keeps using distortion. I don't know if it's the same as in the high notes, where she was getting a lot of reverb, but here there's very clear distortion. It's a region that's low for her. I can tell if she's a mezzo-soprano or contralto, maybe a mezzo. It's not such a low voice, it seems to me. But I'd like to hear her without distortions to better identify her voice.
Turning up a page, 조금씩 좁혀가 유력한 수동자. 남겨진 big time, big pain. Gray 찾아라 귀찮게 play swiftly. Gonna hunt you karma. Gonna get you, gonna get your karma. 대충 그것만 맞춰 보면 많이 남았어. 그렇게 ruin on the free.
This girl really, the one on the left who just sang, has the voice that has the darkest timbre among them, so no metallic tone, no brightness, but very well projected, a well-rounded voice too, less rounded than the third one, the one that's two positions after her, who I emphasize has the yawn voice, but also very beautiful voice, which would be a voice that would work well in classical music if she were to sing it.
Gonna hunt you, gonna karma. Gonna get you, gonna get your karma. 대충 그것만 맞춰 보면 많이 남았어. 그렇게 ruin on the free. Not for me.
I really liked her timbre.
하늘 가득 꽃노를 담은 그 내려치는 너다 이내 지켜낸 땅그 위에 발을 들고 또 맞서 싸워 견딜 수 없어 더는 숨을 수 없어 Forward 발은 낮춰 전진 River 저기 가득한 그 River 우리 모두 wave is solid
This blonde one now, she did it without that reverb distortion. So she's also using this voice round technique through a certain yawn tone with a projected voice. So I believe here about 4 or 5 of them. It's very noticeable that they are using voice projection technique. And again, this indicates they have vocal technical trying that is already above average for the K-pop industry standard. Very good. A timbre that has metallic tone but no brightness. It comes a bit darker but it's well projected. Beautiful voice. Now she opened her voice more, already using her natural nasal vocal tone.
I give you vision. I give you vision. 눈부신 너의 내일과 아름다운 이곳을 위해.
This girl has a voice that's very characteristic of K-pop. Predominance of nose and mouth, mainly nose, and a more delicate voice with slightly less volume, but plenty of brightness and metallic tone. It's very much the K-pop standard. It's even a relatively, we could say, weak voice compared to the other girls in the group. Weak isn't a good term, but I can't find another word. Maybe more delicate compared to the others. They bring a really heavy rock tone. They came with this voice, with this projection. And this girl comes with the delicacy that normally K-pop singers have. So it creates a contrast.
I give you vision. 눈부신 너의 내일과 아름다운 이곳을 위해. 우리를 향해 give it up tonight. 나를 맞춰 전진 위로 저기 가득한 길 위로 우리 모든 계획을 살러 I'll give you vision 내 앞이는 경고 쉬어갈수록 끝없이 번져 그들에게 that's the reason I'll give you vision
Very good performance. I liked the singers. I liked this projection technique. But I miss hearing vibratos. Even though it's rock, but the rock uses vibrato a lot. I will mention a case everyone knows. Well, in metal. But take Bruce Dickinson or Timo from Stratovarius. Bruce Dickinson is from Iron Maiden, Timo is from Stratovarius. We can take the band Rolly Quartz with Jay Young. She uses vibratos too, usually at phrase endings. Here I missed them using vibratos. I hope they usually include them in the other songs, but the end sounds a bit dry. The song is stronger, more aggressive, maybe that's why they removed them. But I want you to hear other songs to see if they actually use them. Usually vibrato indicates a technical level to a mastery of register transitions that is quite advanced. But I liked the group, I will react to them again, they will always be here on the channel, because my preference is rock and metal, plus classical music, and Dreamcatcher brings, we think in pop, they lean more towards this rock-oriented pop that pays homage to rock. So if you like this reaction, leave your like, your comment below, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, consider making a donation below on the super thanks button or in the first pinned comment with the PayPal link, alright? See you!